What's going on, guys? Vancouver Gamer here, welcome to the video. I'm still slightly ill, so of course commentaries can be slightly different. I might not be as clear, but hopefully you understand what I'm talking about and you'll get a good idea of what I mean. Now for today's video we are doing another Rainbow Six Siege video, and this time we're doing general tips and tricks. Now I've done this sort of video before, and for the most part these are very basic beginner's tips, but I think there's stuff that people need to sort of get a reminder of and then remember how to do in the game, because I don't really see people using them very often. So the first one we have is on Oregon. Now if you spawn on the A spawn, which is a junkyard, and then you walk over to the office roof, you can actually climb on top of the building and then sort of lie on the edge of the building and then look straight towards the A-bomb and the hostage. These two objectives will basically be in the kid's bedroom, and often this is a very common spawn objective, and people will basically walk up to that window, look through it, get killed by somebody behind them, or just straight through the window. And this spot is really good if you want to look straight in there. You can't see all the way down, but you get a good view of the room, and it's a really good way to spot somebody hiding in the corner, or maybe just catch someone off guard. If maybe your teammates are down there and somebody runs out to try and get them, you can get that person before they get to your teammates. This is not some kind of super ace spot where you're going to get all 5 guys in like one quick succession, but this is a really good chance to actually get somebody who is camping in that room, or if somebody's maybe trying to bait you in there and they decide to stand up all of a sudden, you can get them, and there's no risk of being shot from behind either, so you can just sit there, not worry about someone turning behind you, and basically have the same view as if you were down on the ground. The one problem you will find is if you go too far to the back or too far to the side, you will fall off and can easily die. So now the second tip is how to fall quietly. Now if you drop in from above through a trapdoor or off a roof, usually make a loud landing noise when you hit the ground, kind of like a clunk, and this can give people an idea of where you are. Say you fall through a trapdoor, someone could be around the corner, they can hear that, come around the corner and get you. Or if you're in a room, you drop into the room and people are waiting for you to drop in, they hear that noise and they know you've dropped in, they peek up and they get the kill. So the way you can do this without making noise is if you fall through the trapdoor and you press the crouch or the prone button as you fall through, you hit the ground in the prone position and you won't make any noise. At this point then you can crawl around without making any more noise and basically take the person out if they have no idea you've just landed. The problem with this is that if you go into the crouch position or the standing position, you then make the landing noise. It's really odd, it's a bit like it's delayed, and I really don't know why it's like that. So it does work for a while, but you do end up only being in prone, so you are limited in what you can do. So now this is really easy to do. If you do it just as you get close to the ground, or literally as you drop through the hole, do it immediately, you'll hit the ground in the prone position and be absolutely silent. Again, the main problem being the fact you have to stand up and then make the noise, which is a little nuisance, but is a good way to get into a room very quietly. So the next tip is about spotting. This is one again that people really get agitated about, and it's something that I really want people to learn and understand. If Valkyrie puts a camera in a secret position and then somebody is visible through that camera, don't spot them too much. What I see people do all the time is they constantly spot somebody and they keep bleeping them on the map, and the problem with this is the person then goes, there's a camera somewhere, I go look for it, they look for the camera, take it out, and you've now lost the advantage. It's the same thing with a drone. If you get a drone in a secret spot, you put it somewhere and mark somebody, do it once, that's fine, but if you constantly do it over and over again, then people are going to know where that drone is, they're going to start looking and they're going to find it eventually, take it out, and then you're going to lose that advantage again. If there's a secret camera somewhere, preferably talk about it on VoIP, maybe put it in the chat, but don't constantly spot. Really, if you have to spot somebody, the best thing to do is to do it every now and then, really when they've done big movements so that somebody knows they've moved, rather than constantly. Save those spots. If someone's in a doorway, bleep them once, and if they move through the doorway then bleep them again. Otherwise, if they move back again, you can bleep them, but don't constantly bleep them as they're standing in the doorway. That helps nobody, and they just look for the camera and find it. Again, much better to do is use VoIP or use the chat and alert somebody to where they are. It's much better to do that because it's much clearer, they know exactly what's happening rather than constantly spotting them and risking losing the camera. Now the next tip is about defense. Now on defense, the main thing you see a lot of is people rushing out, taking out the attackers and thinking, yeah, I'm going to get an ace from this, or, well, they're sitting there, I know where they are, take them out. This doesn't always work because the attackers are the ones coming to you. So now if you're sat in the objective, you don't know where the enemies are, you have no intel, you have no way of getting intel, and the enemies are just sort of waiting and moving in slowly, the best thing to do is sit there and wait. Obviously, if you can see one or you think of a way you can get around, then definitely do something. But if, for example, you're sitting in maybe the consulate building or the bank building, say, and people are coming up to you and you're thinking, maybe I should go and charge at one of them. Don't bother, just sit there and wait. Say it's 3 on 4 and there's a minute left and the enemy are doing nothing and you just sat there, don't think, maybe I should go and try and take them out. If they're doing nothing, let them do nothing. Wait for the time to go down, they have to come to you. You don't have to do anything to them, they have to come to you, take the objective, and that's how they win. Of course, if you run out and go one by one and they get all of you killed, then you lose. So the best thing to do is just sit there, wait the enemies out, and let them make the move and the mistakes. Of course, if you know where they are, if you're roaming around, or if you have some way of getting intel, then use the intel and go and take them out. But aside from that, sit there, wait for them to come to you. So the next point is a very simple one. Don't use frags or fuse on the hostage. Unless you are the other side of the map, or you know 150% that there is no way a frag can bounce off every wall, get in the hostage room, take out the hostage, then never use them. Never use frags or hostage on the hostage room at all. This is a very, very basic tip, and the amount of people I see still making this mistake is aggravating to me, which is why I'm putting it in this video to try and get people to change. Because the amount of times where the hostage gets taken out because of fuse or frags is honestly amazing. So the final tip is acting quickly. Now this doesn't mean sprinting everywhere, seeing the first window, taking out the first window, climbing through and getting to the objective. What this means is being quick, being decisive and knowing what you're going to do. The way Rainbow Six Siege works is by being the quicker person. If you go to a corner, usually in a game like Battlefield, you'll pie the corner, so you'll take it from one angle, go all the way around the door, and then look everywhere. With Rainbow Six Siege, the best thing to do is quickly peek. Stick your head out very quickly and then move back behind the door. This basically means that people might see you for a split second, but rarely are they going to be able to do anything about it. This also includes then pre-firing a lot around corners. Again, in Battlefield you might find that you don't have to pre-fire too much, mainly because people aren't going to be around many corners, the maps are quite big. With Rainbow Six Siege, if you know there's somebody near you, you might as well pre-fire the whole corner because there's no mini-map, so they have no idea where you fired from. So if you know somebody is through a window, rather than peeking around, seeing if they're at the window, then shooting them, basically peek and shoot at the same time. Then maybe you'll get them. If you don't get them, they'll possibly hide behind something, and then you're safe and you can keep peeking. For me, the times where I get taken out most is because I'm indecisive. I'll sit there thinking, okay, maybe I should go now, and I'll slowly peek around the corner, get taken out because I wasn't quick enough. If you are super fast, you peek that corner and pre-fire as quickly as you can, chances are you have a much better advantage, unless you miss all your shots or the person is waiting for you and you just don't get to them quick enough. Now this tip is the reason why 3-speed operators are the best. They can move very quickly around the corners, they can move very quickly in general, and slower operators just basically can't do the same thing. If I come around the corner as a 3-speed operator, I come around the corner, I shoot a bit, but because somebody is a 3-speed operator, they can move quicker and get to me quicker before I can take them out. So now hopefully you guys did enjoy. These are some very basic tips that I came up with, and honestly I think I've done one or two of them before, but there's stuff that people have really forgotten, so I wanted to basically bring it back and hopefully remind people, because they are some of the best tips in the game. Now if you do enjoy this sort of thing, then please let me know, and I'll love to do more of these because I really enjoy Rainbow Six Siege's game and I love giving tips and improving your gameplay. So again, hopefully you did enjoy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Rank Up Gaming, out.